On this week's episode of Afternoon Express, we're celebrating 31 years of freedom in our wonderful nation.
Nelson Mandela's personal chef of 22 years, Xoliswa Ndoyiya, takes us around the beautiful boutique hotel, Sanctuary Mandela.
Only 7 women in the world can operate the legendary Tiger Moth aircraft, and aviatrix Suzanne Prinsloo shows us how it brings her freedom.
World-renowned and award-winning gospel singer Dr Winnie Mashaba lets us in on her motherhood journey with her daughter, Xholiswa.
Thanks to the efforts of all of our freedom fighters, many generations of South Africans were born free. And this includes famous actor and influencer Hungani Ndlovu, who was born in 1994.
Electronic music group duo van Pletzen break down the newest acoustic album and tell us why they made the change.
Hello everyone and welcome to Afternoon Express. At this week's location, the awe-inspiring Sanctuary Mandela Hotel.
Now you all know that 31 years ago, South Africa held its first democratic election, starting a wave of change, transforming this country into the rainbow nation that it is today.
Yes, Ayanda, and when speaking about Freedom Day, it's impossible not to mention Nelson Mandela, our first democratic president and most iconic freedom fighter.
This beautiful space was the Houghton home of Utata Madiba while he was in his presidency, and we got a special tour from his personal chef, Xoliswa Ndoyiya. It was from this Houghton property that Xoliswa Ndoyiya witnessed a rainbow nation emerging from the political storms of the early 90s. The child of a domestic worker, she would become one of the most important figures in the life of our first democratically elected president.
Hi, my name is Xoliswa Ndoyiya, the late President Nelson Mandela's personal chef. You are welcome at Sanctuary Mandela. Xoliswa Ndoyiya was born in Eastern Cape in a small town called Queenstown. I was raised up by my parents, and my mother ended up being a divorcee, but my mother raised me up to be humble and to respect people. Being humbled and respect people has helped me a lot, because now I know that when you are humble and respect people, people will respect you back.
Recently developed into a boutique hotel honoring Mandela's legacy, this used to be his personal home.
Where we are right now, we are in Tata's former lounge. This room is very important to me and is very memorable because this is where I first saw Tata for the first time. People who used to come here, Tata Sisulu, Tata Mpegi, Tata Raymond Mashaba, Tata Ngobi, they will all gather here, a lot of them, to have their pre-meeting before they go to Kodesa. The lot has changed in this room. First of all is the doors. The doors were glass doors right behind me. And then as you are going through inside the room, there's a door that was glass that was taking us through to where they were sitting now for their meetings. But now it is a boardroom. Right behind me, there's a fireplace. And that fireplace has been like that. Nothing has been changed from that fireplace.
It's been 12 years since Utata Madiba passed away, but for Xoliswa, the example he sets every day has never dimmed.
Welcome to Tata's bedroom. This is the same bedroom that I used to wake up early in the morning and serve Tata his first cup of coffee. So he takes that cup of coffee to go downstairs after that into the garden to do his push-ups. When I said to serve Tata was an encouraging thing, because when you look at Tata's energy early in the morning, you feel that I'm very young, I should have the same energy. One more thing that was encouraging us as the people who were serving with Tata as a team is when you come into Tata's bedroom early in the morning, you'll find Tata's bed is made neatly, nice and clean. Out of the values and the principles that I have taken from Tata, I just chose 4 out of them. The love, the sharing, the caring, most of all, it was the respect that we can get, all of us, from Tata. So when you come into his room, you were seeing the respect that he's giving you by showing you that I don't need somebody else to do things for me. I always do them, even if you can come in and make them the other way around. But I have done it because I'm not a lazy person.
With ingredients grown in the hotel gardens, these days chef cooks up many dishes our late president and his guests enjoyed the most. Prawn curry, peri-peri chicken, but most popular were the ones from his roots.
It was 1992 when a friend of mine, Gloria Notanda, had to introduce me to him. Trusting my cooking and trusting me, she had to tell him about me, but I didn't know that. I was only going to Shell House, and I didn't know that I was getting there for a job. Shell House is the headquarters of ANC. And I saw Tata in his lounge. He asked me if I could cook for him I didn't hesitate. I just said yes immediately because I was happy already that this is the icon I was going to serve. So when I served that day, everything was finished on the plate, and the only thing that he couldn't eat was rice. And he called me and he thanked me so much. The meal was nice, it was tasting so nice. And then he told me, don't worry about the rice. I don't love rice at all. That's when I started knowing that he loves his vegetables and with his proteins.
When Chef Xoli traveled with Dr Mandela and his wife Grasa, 3 dishes were closest to his heart.
Oxtail stew and sampan beans were his favorite dishes. Then there is uputu, umpokoko, which is creamery meal. Umpokoko was one of those dishes that he grew up eating at home. There is a long process that goes with this dish. You've got the fresh milk, you ferment it for weeks, and at the end it becomes like this. This is how Tata loves it. It mustn't be watered, but it must be sour. Then I have to cook maize meal, and I'll make uputu out of it. Preparing umpokoko, you have to boil water, you add salt, then I add maize meal, then you stir. And then after 20 minutes, the mputu is done.
It was a fair exchange. The pleasure which this great man took in this cooking was repaid in wisdom and advice.
When you talk about Madiba's legacy, you cannot stop talking about it. Because why? There's a lot that he has done for the children of South Africa. And when Tata looked at the youth of South Africa, he said that he wants everything to be in their hands because he could see the potential in the young people and he could see that everyone could live to the full potential. Me watching Dada giving out to people and expecting no reward, I think this is how I would love to leave the legacy. That if I could give without expecting any reward to anyone. Once Tata told me that, Xoli, in life you must never give up. And that's what I intend to do.
Nourishing food for thought from Xoliswa Ndoyiya's lips to the ears of our children.
Siyabonga Tata Madiba for being an inspiration to our nation and making it possible for us to enjoy everything we have today. We appreciate your legacy and being able to feel it in a place like this.
Oh yes, and feeling proudly South African is felt immensely. Next up, we experience the freedom of flying, a tiger moth with aviatrix Suzanne Prinsloo.
Soaring through the skies is what brings Suzanne Prinsloo freedom. Not only is she a qualified pilot, but she's also the only woman on the African continent to fly the legendary Tiger Moth plane.
At the age of 90, Yokoko doesn't want to be told she's great just for being around. Like this Tiger Moth aeroplane first built in 1930, she'd rather show all the things she still does so well. That's what made one particular pilot fall in love with this aircraft.
I'm Suzanne Prinsloo. I'm at Brakpan Aero Club today. I'm going to be flying my Tiger Moth today and enjoy the journey with me. My journey with flying started approximately 17 years ago. I started flying microlights. Someone introduced me into a microlight flight one day, and the next day I decided that's what I want to do. And I was 36 at the time, and a week later I started training for my microlight license. And then I went on to helicopter flying, which I do mostly these days. Then I got involved into a flight school at Rand Airport where they operated the Tiger Moth, and that's where I fell in love with the Tiger Moth. So I bought this lovely lady, Bravo Golf Lima. It's just an amazing aircraft.
By day, Suzanne is a pilot doing commercial flights, sports events, aerial photography, and advanced helicopter training.
Guys, welcome to my office. This is where I relax between flights and do some office work. As you can see, I have all my aircraft models here, and this is my baby. The yellow Tiger Moth model that you see here was also an aircraft in the flight school, which was used for conversion training for pilots, as well as scenic flights for clients. Later on, I acquired Bravo Golf Lima, which is my current baby and passion. She also flew in the flight school for conversion trainings and scenic flights, but I only fly her privately now, and I will take you around and show you my precious baby and my passion.
Before his famed World War II bomber, the Mosquito, aircraft designer Jeffrey de Havilland was best known for this beauty.
Guys, this is my baby, Bravo Golf Lima. She's called Xholiswa, that's her nickname. She served in the Royal Air Force, and she also served in the South African Air Force. And later in the 1950s, she was sold as a private aircraft. And I'm the lucky owner of Xholiswa at the moment. As you can see, she's a tail dragger because she drags her tail. The tail is low. This aircraft has a lot of special features, can I say, that other aircraft doesn't have. She doesn't have brakes. The pilot sits in the back. The pilot cannot really see out the front unless it's a tall person. I'm short, so I don't see anything. So I literally stick my head out the side to see whether I'm taking off and landing straight.
So many pilots who went on to fly jet fighters, the Concorde or massive jumbos learned to fly in a Tiger.
One thing I forgot about Xholiswa is that she still has her original seat belts dating from the day she was built, which makes it very special. They are very old and they look shabby, but they're original and they're still attached with the original cables. So the main reason why people are still so interested in the Tiger Moth is because it's a vintage aircraft. There's not many aircraft in the world turning 90 years old and still airworthy and actively flying. And also the fact that it served in the Royal Air Force and in the South African Air Force as basic military trainers, and is still airworthy and flying. Another thing about the Tiger Moth is that there's no electrical system in the Tiger Moth. So the radio works by a bike battery, literally, which gets charged overnight, and that is your communication. When we come up to these two switches, these are my two magneto switches. Once I switch these switches in the on position, my prop will be live and I'll be starting my engine, swinging the prop. Another interesting feature about the Tiger Moth, the engine is installed inverted. In other words, it's upside down, and that is for better visibility over the nose. Not that I have any visibility even with it installed upside down. And to complement my attire, I have this lovely vintage helmet, which looks exactly like the ones they used during World War II. And to complement my leather helmet, I have this vintage goggles, which complements the vintage look.
Next comes the difficult part.
This aircraft is quite a handful to take off and land because she's a tail dragger, first of all. Secondly, because she doesn't have brakes. So the first thing you need to do taking off, obviously, is full power. And then you need to ease forward on your control stick to lift your tail so that the aircraft is in a level position to build speed for takeoff. And if you push your stick too far forward, you can fall over onto your nose, damaging your prop and your engine. If the tail is too low, you build speed too slow and you'll also not be able to take off. So the aircraft needs to be in that exact level position, and that takes a lot of practice. Just another interesting bit about the Tiger Moth is that once I've started my aircraft, I've checked that my oil pressure is sufficient and I've set my altitude. I don't use the instruments in my aircraft.
This freedom is the payoff, and in tribute to these timeless machines, Susan was key to organizing the South African leg of a worldwide anniversary for this aircraft.
Today we're busy at the Brakpan Airfield with the Tiger Moth meet, celebrating the 19th year of the Tiger Moths throughout the world. We were very privileged today to have 7 of the aircraft out here, and we're all here. We've got a lot of safety marshals out here, and the plan today is to just keep everything in touch with the safety rules of any flight paths or fly-ins that we have at these civilian airfields.
Susan and her fellow Tiger enthusiasts hope to attract more women pilots to their ranks.
It's really sad that there's only 1 or 2 females that does this, and there's no technical reason why a female cannot be a pilot. Getting more girls into this, I think we should seriously look at exposing schoolgirls everything to flying, and it's a passion. So if they have the passion, they should be able to follow their dream and become pilots.
How does it feel to be the only woman in Africa flying the Tiger Moth? It's quite overwhelming. I only found out last week that I am the only woman in Africa holding a license on Tiger Moth, and one of 7 women in the world flying the Tiger Moth. So it's still very new to me, and I must say it feels very overwhelming, and it's quite an amazing feeling.
Any machine still spreading its wings like this at the age of 90 is rightfully known as one of the greats.
Suzanne shows us that when you set your mind to something, the sky is the limit. And that is exactly what Freedom Day is all about.
Exactly. And in a world of commerce and human rights, free thinking can pave the path to a more inclusive future. And thanks to Absa, we get to celebrate innovative minds at the Absa Commercial Payments Awards. Let's check it out.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Absa 2025 Commercial Payments Summit Awards.
Advancement in commercial payments, such as mobile wallets, digital wallets, and real-time clearing payments, will definitely boost and participate SME, especially a small and medium-scale business, to participate in the economy. We have listened to their story matters.
At Absa, our slogan is Your Story Matters. So what we've done is we've put our clients very close to our colleagues to collect their requirements, draw close to drawing up those requirements, building on those requirements, and constantly checking and receiving feedback on what it is that we can improve. So that's what Absa is constantly doing. Today we provided a platform to those clients to come showcase their offerings. Not only that, also to celebrate them for their contribution in the industry.
Yeah, I think it's a great recognition for the work the teams put in to build really what I think is an industry-leading fraud solution. We are in the payments business, and preventing fraud is a big part of doing payments well. The teams put a lot of effort into that to protect consumers, and great to be recognized for that.
It absolutely means a lot for us. We've just recently entered the world of unified payments, which happened December last year, and it was through the partnership with Absa that we're actually able to do that. I think the payments industry gives a whole new meaning to It Takes a Village, and while I'm super proud of the team at PayFast for getting us this far, I know for sure that it took a lot of collaboration and also being prioritized by partners like Absa to actually make it work.
If you do a bit of research, you'd realize that many banks all over the world see fintech startups or fintech businesses as competition, whereas Absa sees opportunity to work with fintech businesses like ourselves, and in order to enable businesses that are predominantly unbanked and underserved to be able to receive services. Our mission is to provide simple, faster and more flexible payments to that particular market, which is predominantly neglected. It's called the bottom of the pyramid market, and most of the countries, including our country in South Africa, we say they are the cornerstone of our economy. They're the ones that can actually enable job creation. So the very, very important segment, and what Absa is doing is incredible.
Today is really, really exciting. Let me first give you context. Last year what we did is we celebrated students as well as our third-party clients. Today we are reflecting on the approach that we took last year. This year we're reflecting, we're launching a new approach that allows the students to be mentored, not only being mentored, but also for them to become experts in the payment ecosystem. So yeah, that's what we are launching today.
We are innovators in the payments ecosystem. We always try to do things a little bit differently, a little bit better. It's really great that they're recognizing that, and the efforts that we've made towards that. We're very grateful for the recognition.
We didn't expect to win. We knew that we were nominated, and for us being nominated was enough. But Yeah, it's an incredible feeling. I can't even explain it. It's a fantastic team. You know, I'm leading a team of young people, predominantly graduates from universities in South Africa. I mean, we started this business about 2.5 years ago, and we knocked through many doors of the banks, and we were declined over and over again, looking for a banking license until Absa believed in us. Fast forward, here we found ourselves here winning an award. So it's an incredible feeling.
Human rights and innovation are closely intertwined, and when we innovate with humanity in mind, we can create solutions to uplift everyone. Next, I got an opportunity to catch up with the iconic Dr. Winnie Mashaba on her journey of motherhood.
As a child, it can feel like the whole world is your oyster, and loving parents can cultivate and encourage the feeling of freedom.
Today we are sitting down with award-winning gospel sensation Dr. Winnie Mashaba as she recalls how all of the love and support she received from her late mother, Malebo, encouraged her to dream big. Kyle Clark visited Winnie at her home in Polokwane.
Dr. Mashaba, how are you?
Hi, Kyle.
Good.
Thanks,
Thank you so much for having us in your home.
You're welcome.
Amazing.
This
it feels like my home,
This is your home. It's your
Absolutely
home.
beautiful. With a massive music career and balancing motherhood, how have you actually done it? We've been watching in the past couple of years, and we've always thought to ourselves,
how is she doing it? By the grace of God, I'm also asking myself how, but now it's been 27 years and I'm being booked like nobody's business. Last year, December, I did not even have a free weekend. And January, the whole of January, I was booked. And I was busy also promoting my event, Relevogele Music Festival, which was sold out also. At the end of it all, I'm just excited that I'm doing it. I'm encouraging a young girl who's sitting there thinking that she cannot dream, she cannot do anything, that if Mama Winnie Mashaba can do it, it means he can do it.
Absolutely. Between events and shows and being a massive artist, a gospel artist, what is your place that you find a lot of quiet in, Doctor?
You know, Carl, I love my kitchen. You know, I love cooking for my family. Sometimes they even say, hi, you are tired, why are you cooking? I'm like, yo, this is where I'm relieving myself from all the noise and everything. For me, it's therapy. Let's go and sit down, we'll talk more about the rest of the things.
Your late mom has played such an instrumental role in your career. What lessons have you learned from her?
Many people, they know Dr. Winnie Mashaba today. But Winnie Mashaba, when she gets in the music industry, my mother did not tell me anything. But she was the one who was talking to the producers, telling them that my daughter can sing. How can you assist her? Because she didn't want me to leave school, obviously. Because I would be too excited and leave school and say my mother is supporting me. It's because of her doings that many people are celebrating me today. That's why I make sure in the music industry, I conduct myself in a proper manner that she will be happy and proud of me.
Hearing about the impact your mom has had on your career is so inspiring, and you must miss her in so many parts of your life. How do you keep her memory alive in this busy schedule of yours?
You know, I actually miss her every day. More especially for my daughters. You know, I wish she was here so that she can be able to train them the way she trained me. I'm who I am now because of her teachings. I'm glad I didn't disappoint her. She went back home in heaven while me and her were in good terms. In fact, all of us at home, we had a very, very beautiful relationship with her. I also have a son who I'm celebrating 20 years working with him, Kutu Lomwari. his wife is always around me. Like, those people are the ones who I would say they are my support structures. They are making Winnie Mashaba. They're making sure I'm happy. I can't say I'm me because I'm me. And, you know, being blessed by the supportive husband again, just feel that I'm that girl who dreamt, who once dreamt, and who's after her dreams.
If I'm looking around the house here, there's some accolades and awards that I think you need to show me, yes? They are catching my attention.
Oh, yes. I have some. These are some of my awards because there are so many. But these awards, obviously, they are saying to me, Carl, I've been doing good. Being a writer, you know, it's not like when you take a hymn book and singing with that nice voice, and also that people were voting for me. They were saying, thank you for good music. Thank you for writing good music for me. And all these hours are very close to my heart. They motivated me a lot throughout the years. I kept on saying, you know, when I wake up at night hearing that melody, I would wake up until in the AM trying to make a song, trying to make a melody, knowing very well what is gonna go out there and reach the world.
One thing I've noticed since I've walked into this house is that you've always said by the grace of God, and your career is really such a massive testimony to that. And out of all of these incredible accolades, which one of them is a standout moment for you, a memory that really brings goosebumps, I think, to what your journey has been in this industry so far?
Metro FM Award 2008. You know why? You know, because the album Kirata Wena is the album that is very close to my heart. The album Kirata Wena gave me this award, and I will live to tell even my great-grandchildren why this award is closer to my heart. Not that other awards are not important. They are really important, but this one, there's a story behind.
I believe that's time to hear what that story sounds like in your studio, yes? Let's lead so we can see if that voice has rested for all over the years, and I'd love to hear what that album sounds like in your studio.
Yes, we can go to the studio. Yeah, that's another second place where I know that I become alive.
Amazing, let's go.
Let's go. Urato ke murena, untikani. Urato ki modimo, untikani. Urato ki murena, untikani. Urato ki modimo, untikani. Urato ki murena. Nkaveri likai, nkave usinalerna. Urato ki wena murena. Hurilikani, untekani,
I saw you singing, and while you were singing, you got really into it, especially even here on studio and being on stage. You're really within your music. Is there like a specific feeling that comes up to you when you sing this specific song?
Music is my life. That's what I can tell you. Music is my life. I normally tell people that you can take anything that you want to take away from me, but never take my voice, because this voice is the friend that God gave me. And so that when I'm down, when I'm happy, I use this voice to express myself. So music is just me. When you talk about music, you talk about me. That's why many people are saying, how did you feature Kelly Khumalo of all people? Like she's an Afro pop. I'm like, Mina, anyway I fit, as long as I speak the gospel of God, because I just want to use this gift until the time when God says it's enough. Now you can rest.
Oh, Dr. Mashaba, it's been absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for having the Afternoon Express team here in your studio today, in your home. And as you say, Khoratwa ki morena, babes. Thank you so much. I'm going to let you get back to your studio.
Amen.
Oh, what a heartwarming time I had in the city of Polokwane with Dr. Winnie Mashaba. It really felt like home.
I couldn't agree with those sentiments more. Up next, we check in with actor and influencer Hungani Ndlovu. The 27th of April 1994 was the day of South Africa's first democratic election. This was a milestone for our country and its people because it meant that we had access to many opportunities we did not have before.
Absolutely, and we felt that. And for people like Hungani Ndlovu, who was born just 2 months later, it meant that they could be whoever they wanted to be. And 31 years on, Hungani is living his best life.
Today we're in Fourways, Johannesburg, about to do a little catch-up with one of South Africa's most talented and entertaining actors, Hungani Ndlovu. Let's go get him. Hi ladies. I am here to meet up with South Africa's superstar, Hungani. Is he here? Oh, there you are.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. It's so good to see you.
Good
Thank
to see
you for having us.
Thanks for joining me.
Today we are going to be flies on the wall to see what your hair grooming routine is all about.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
There's not much to it, but yeah.
Let's do it. The last time I saw you was the Tropica Island of Treasure finale.
Take me back. Take me back.
I have to ask, right, since then, because a lot of the viewers, including myself, related to you and your teammates' challenges, particularly with the swimming in the ocean. Have you worked on that skill since then?
You know, Kuhle, I've just decided that swimming in the ocean is not my thing. You know, because I love swimming in a pool, still water is where it's at. The ocean, we have, let's just call it turmoil. So my experience on Tropica was beautiful, but I think, yeah, the ocean part, or maybe get trauma, I could say, but it's just, I'm not ready to get into the ocean right now.
But for the competition itself, Hungani gathered all his courage and persevered. Together with Dimagato, they fought against the odds to win the grand prize of 1 million rand and a brand new 4x4 each.
The experience of Tropica just showed me that there are things that I find challenging that I can pursue and overcome. And through that, I've been able to do bungee jumping. I've just recently started rock climbing, and we'll see what comes next. You know, I just think getting the courage to step out of my comfort zone is what Tropica helped me with.
Look at us now.
You know?
And
yeah.
How would you say winning Tropica, I mean, it was the money. How else would you say it's changed your life for the better?
You know, life is definitely still the same.
Are you serious?
to like, yeah, for the most part. I mean, the major thing is that I don't have a bond anymore, you know, so the goal of paying off our house we managed to reach, which is just so beautiful and phenomenal. Life goes on, you know.
Ooh.
Voila!
Who do we have here? You big fly.
Thank you. I think I need to change my position.
Would you care for a cup of coffee?
After you.
Let's go.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
No, sir.
Sure.
Thank you.
You have a huge following on Instagram, just shy of 1 million followers. Hungani, how do you even begin to build that type of following?
I mean, I think I have the privilege of being on screen, which really helps me to not have to try so hard or have to work so hard to grow my following. I guess the type of content that I put out, the type of stuff that I share, people resonate with it.
I mean, it helps that you are also multi-talented.
I mean, I wasn't going to say it.
Please.
Thank you.
Actor, dancer, what are you currently working on?
Notably would be the Actors Playground, would be Musical Chairs, which is a theatre play. And the whole idea around it is it's a dance play with no dialogue, and it discusses the whole world of social media and how we engage with it as people.
Oh, wow.
And then the Actors Playground, as you can see, is my acting studio. I'm an acting coach, so really looking forward to bringing that back because like COVID really like set us back. Yeah, that's what I'm working on right now.
Oh, this looks good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Lloyd. You were born in 1994.
Yep.
Nelson Mandela's wildest dream. Rainbow Nation. Born free. What does freedom mean for you? And also freedom within this space.
Freedom in the space for me, the ability to do what I do and enjoy it. For me, it's that, being grateful that I'm able to pursue my dreams. I'm able to dream, you know, I'm able to not only engage with different people, but I can learn from different people and get into spaces where, like a space like this, you know, so I just think I'm able to just be within and amongst without having to worry about much.
And I mean, you've got long life ahead of you to achieve all the other dreams, right? The freedom to dream and actually live out your wildest dream is beautiful.
Hungani is married to actress and presenter Stephanie Sandoz. They tied the knot in 2019 and are proud parents of a bubbly and charming daughter, Rulani, who turns 3 in June.
You are a big family man. You absolutely love your family. But how do you find the time to spend quality time with your family?
I tell my wife to tell me when we need to do stuff together. Because it gets hectic, especially being like on a regular show and having to be there on average like 5 times a week. Right now we shoot 6 days a week, which is Monday to Saturday, so it does get very difficult. And on the you're still doing other things, we're at this playground, we're this, we're that, we're the interview, and so it gets very hectic. But I'm grateful that we have a relationship where my wife will be like, okay, listen, we haven't been on a date in 2 weeks, so I've booked us tomorrow. Make sure. You know, oh, we haven't done something with our daughter. Let's go there. Let's go do this. If it wasn't for her making sure that those things get done, then it would be very tricky.
That's incredible. Hungani, thank you so much for giving us the front row seat and view to your life away from the TV screen and the stage. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. This was lovely.
My goodness, what an incredible day spent with one of the most hardworking men in entertainment, Hungani Ndlovu. He has remained true to himself while relentlessly pursuing the pot of gold at the end of every career milestone.
Freedom Day is more than just a public holiday. It is a celebration of all personal freedom we enjoy today. Next up, electronic music duo Van Pletzen are embracing the spirit of freedom by trying something new, releasing their first acoustic album. It can be scary to try new things as an adult. That is why it is so impressive when people like Peach Van Pletzen and Nax try something new. Peach and Nax make up the electronic musical group Van Pletzen, but now they are getting out of their comfort zone by releasing their first acoustic album. We join them to find out more. We are in Bryanston, Sandton to sneak a peek into a day of the lives of dynamic duo feel-good musical geniuses Van Pletzen. They have just completed their 4th studio album, Om Lig te Maak. Let's go meet them. Peach, thank you so much for having us in your space. It looks absolutely beautiful in here. Please, can you tell us more about Planet Awesome?
Planet Awesome is basically my recording and production music studio where I do mixing, mastering, producing, making beats, and basically all of Van Pletzen's music has taken place here as well.
It's incredible for us to see you in this setting. We obviously see you singing most of the time and we forget that you wear so many other hats. Speaking of which, you have 3 SAMA award-winning albums. Can you please walk us through the creative process of making these?
Oh, thank you very much. I think as a producer, it's important to put on the shoes of the artist you're working with. Try and make them feel comfortable and to get the most out of them, maybe something they don't even know is there themselves, and try and push them to do something that's beyond them. I'm a firm believer that creativity doesn't just come from within, it's interacting with external things as well, and hopefully an award is always nice, but that's not why we do it, but if they come, then it's an added bonus.
You've had an amazing career, now working on your 4th album for Van Pletzen called Om Lig te Maak. Can you please walk us through why you took the different direction in terms of sound? This is more acoustic, not very jivey like we know you to be.
I think it happened very organically and naturally. We did 1 or 2 songs acoustically just because we felt inspired to do so, and we had so much fun during that process that it was like tugging on a thread, and then we were like, let's see how far this goes. Hey, how do some of these rap songs and heavy club songs sound stripped down to its true sort of purest form? And that for us was exciting, especially at this point in our career. It doesn't mean we are now going forward always just a chilled acoustic band, but it felt good to explore this side and to have this now in the sort of arsenal as well.
And you keep talking about we, obviously this is a duo. Can you please tell us more about Nax?
So we are like the yin and yang in Van Pletzen. You know, I'm the no tattoos, he's got lots of tattoos, he's half French, and he has a very, very good ear for things that are melodically just, you know, sweet. And also, if you listen to French artists and producers, it's always very tasty, the music, and very tasteful. So Nax has his finger on the pulse with what's cool. And Nax is an excellent producer, and we've been working together now for almost 10 years. And we are still loving every minute of it. We have a lot more to give, a lot more kunst and art to make, a lot more to share. So we also just enjoying the musical adventure.
Now let's take a deeper dive into Lig te Maak. Who are some of the collaborators that you're working with in this project?
So on this album we collaborated with quite a lot of our favorite artists like Spoeg Wolf, Jack Barrow, Droom Syndroom, even the Kaptein himself, Kurt Darren, Early B, and one of them is actually here today in the building, Emma B, amazing, amazing singer.
Ek het jou gesien in die middel van die nag. Op die dansbaan het jy alleen gestaan. Oh, ek het mooi geweet dat ek nooit kan verwag van iemand soos jy om te dans met my. Die beat het my verlief. Jy is 'n harte dief, ek sweer ek gaan jou vang. Ek sweer ek gaan jou vang, die beat het my verlief. Jy is 'n harte dief, ek sweer ek gaan jou vang. Ek sweer ek gaan jou vang, die beat het.
So I actually won runner-up in a competition called Mengels is Groot, and then I opened for them and it just went from there. My most memorable experience with Van Pletzen is to actually be in studio, because I need to be in my musical hole with other musicians, so definitely in studio. So the song Hartedief is really a nice laid-back version of the original song, which actually for me became a conversation between two artists, where it was usually a song that just looped lyrics, but it actually became a story within this version.
Nax, thank you so much for joining us today. I want to jump right into it. We've been so excited about coming here to meet you too. How did it all begin with Van Pletzen?
It actually was quite a natural, unexpected start. We were making a band. I apprenticed at his studio, Planet Awesome, when I got into the business of the studio work. And as months, not even years, months passed, we were sitting at a bar, funny enough, just having casual beer. And we thought, why don't we start a band and let's kind of take the Afrikaans scene and add English to it and make it a little bit funny but serious. It was that simple.
It's been a beautiful journey of watching the duo. Can you please walk us through how you've moved along from creating the idea of starting the band and the tours and concerts that you've done?
So we first put music out and music videos with no live show and no thoughts in how we're going to do this. We figured let's just get the ball rolling, and then after a while obviously we realized, okay, there are bookings, people want to see this now, and yeah, we got our show together and we did our first show at Opikopi, and it was quite nerve-wracking at first, but yes, after that show the rest was history. We're a classic duo, so I'm behind the DJ booth and he's behind the mic.
You've been dominating the industry, so much so that you've just been working on your 4th studio album, Lig the Mark.
That is correct.
Yes, can you please tell us about the artistic direction that you took with the vinyl and the album cover itself?
This album is something we've never done before. We're obviously an electronic band, and as I said, naturally we figured like, let's make one song which is toned down, more acoustic, and it's a version of one of our older songs that did really well. And we put this one song out with a music video, and people really seem to enjoy it, so we figured let's do a whole album. And wow, no better way to put it on a vinyl. I don't know who's got vinyl players, but I guess I got to still get a vinyl player. It was almost out of our comfort zone, but also kind of back to the roots of where music really started for the both of us.
Listen, Masterpiece is just really putting it down, playing it, really. I love this. I feel like we should create a band of peach and apple.
A whole fruit salad.
Oh, I love it for myself. I'm adding producer to my CV, and Peach has agreed that that is the rightful title for me to go by. Whether they're creating electric music, acoustic sounds, everything that they have to offer is amazing, and with Lig the Mark, we have so much to look forward to.
True freedom comes from the ability to make your own choices in life without restriction. And Van Pletzen are taking that to heart by lifting their creativity to new heights. And this Freedom Day, make sure to use your freedom to make your dreams come true.
And please share what you are doing this Freedom Day and tag us at Afternoon Express. To close tonight's show, we have Van Pletzen with their newest music video from their latest album, Lig the Mark.
Thank you so much for joining and channeling your best self. Good night.
Another feel-good production.
Join us next Tuesday on Afternoon Express as Mihlali Ndamase reveals tips and tricks she used to become a makeup and beauty legend.
Tando Tabete shows us with hard work and dedication, anyone can reach their dreams.
Social media star and sneakerhead Kim Jade shares a day in her life.
Interior designers Silvio Rick and Leslie Carsten give us a tour of their stunning home. That's Tuesday at 6 on S3.